you'll forget it. So here is my domain controller here. Okay. Here is my ADFS. I call this machine ADFS because later on we're going to be installing ADFS on it. And if you don't know what ADFS is, if you go to add roles, you can actually take a look at what ADFS is. It's Active Directory Federation Service. It is one of those things that you can add to your machine for single sign-on. And then here's my certificate authority. I'm going to log in here. I usually like to figure out. So I'm logging on as admin here. I will log out, sign out, and I'll sign back into this system. Log in as an administrator. So I'm going to set my new password. Okay. On the system. This is a regular machine on a work group. Okay. I'm going to join this machine to the domain. As long as this machine, let me blow this up on the screen. As long as this machine has the right DNS server and is placed on the right network, it should be easy for this machine to join the domain. I'll go ahead and do that right now so you can see. I'm going to go to change and I'm going to go to domain. And I'm just going to type perkins.org. And you can see now it's asking me enter the IP, the user account that has enough rights on that domain to join this machine. And I'm just going to use my administrator. And essentially that's how to join now and say welcome to Perkins domain. And click OK. It's going to restart. And I'm going to let it restart. Now if I go to my domain controller now, here's my domain controller that I showed you earlier. And I'm going to go to, actually let me minimize this one. Go to my Active Directory users and computers. On this one now, look at this computer and I can see now C has been added to the domain. This one was blank before. Right, there's nothing there. That means this guy has been added. Now it's on the domain. I'll go ahead and add this ADFS there too. It's another machine here. Okay. I'm going to log in here to this machine and join this machine also to the domain and make it a member server. Okay. And my advice for the most part for you is when you install this machine for the first time, after you've configured everything, take a snapshot, because it can break down, and I've had that experience before. It can be a little stressful, not a big deal, but you want to make sure you have a snapshot. So look at it. I'm going to show you how to do it. So for this machine now, say I've set it up, I've installed it, everything looks okay. Then I will go over here and I will go to snapshot and I will take a snapshot and I will give you the name and I will say take a snapshot. If I mess this machine up in the future, I can always go back and revert to my snapshot. You understand? Look at my domain controller now. I have taken a snapshot already. Look at it here. That's why I call it DC, so that I can go back. Okay, just something I think I will just share with you. So I'm going to join this machine again to the domain as well. go to local server, and here is ADFS on the workgroup. I'm going to do the same thing. Go to Perkins.org. Ask me for my administrator account on the Perkins domain. Let me see, my username looks to be incorrect. Let's try it again. So it's welcome to Perkins domain, and then it's going to restart just like it did for the other one. And now, if I go back to my domain controller now, if I refresh this place, now you see ADFS now has been added to the domain. Going back to where we were earlier, when I said if I click File and Storage Services, that's what you were seeing online earlier. Now you can see this system. You understand? So I have my domain controller here. Another thing you could do is you can actually go ahead and add server if you want to add any server. Okay, there's a lot of stuff you could do over here, and the advantage of adding servers here is it allows you to be able to see everything from one single shot. You are able to view just about all the servers, you know, that you want to view. Several tasks here that you can perform, and you can view what machine you have. From here now I can issue some command. I can go to add criteria, you know, add the server name, anything I want to see on this place. If I click IP address and I go to add, now it's showing me the IP address of this machine in addition, you know, to the name of this machine. Does that make any sense? So now if I'm not sure if I can see my CA here, but there are certain things, name of the machine, that you can find. 1 second here, I'll show you. I'm going to pause my video. 1 second here. So on this all server, you right click and you go to add servers, and then I can type, you know, CA. Find now. See that CA? Are you looking up? So if I select this arrow, selected it. Can also come back here and say ADFS. Find now. Find ADFS. Type it. Go to OK. Now you have them over here in progress. It's in progress of adding them, and when they are fully added, now from one dashboard I can see and manage all the servers I have in my network, at least in that domain, right? Not just that, I can from here actually I can start a command, a remote connection, right? I can do configure NIC teaming on this ADFS even though it's remote. I can even start a PowerShell. I can come over here and say I want to run a PowerShell against that remote server. You understand what I'm saying? So without actually logging on, you can see now, so I'm logging on to ADFS now. See that? I can say, let me see what's on the hard drive, LS, and I can go to on page, on Perkins, right? Without actually having to log on there, from here remotely, I can manage that particular system.